What's up everybody, Trinity here, and welcome back to the 2nd Street Marvel, your source for the latest and greatest indie comic book reviews. And guys, today we are going to talk about Boom Studios' King of Nowhere, issue number 4, guys. This book is being written by W. Maxwell Prince. It's illustrated by Tyler Jenkins, it's colored by Hilary Jenkins, and lettered by And World Design. The cover is by Tyler Jenkins with colors by Hilary Jenkins. You see what I did there? And the variant cover is by Martin Marazzo with colors by Chris O'Halloran, the people who always, well, not always, but have worked with not Martin Marazzo. See, look, I'm messing up here. That have worked with W. Maxwell Prince on the Ice Cream Man series. And guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you those names right there. Let me go ahead and show you those names before we talk a little bit more about this book. Now, in case you haven't been following this series, what we've kind of seen throughout this series is we came across this character named Danny that we got introduced to as he woke up from what we assumed was probably maybe a drunken and possibly drugged-filled night. And he wakes up on the side of the road. He ends up getting taken into this town called Nowhere. And, you know, he kind of like, he's really having trouble kind of dealing with what's going on here. He's not quite for sure. He thinks he's dreaming because as he's coming in this town, all these people seem to be like animal people. You see people who were just like mixed with different animals. Some people look like birds. Some people look like different animals and things like that. And he's going through and he kind of ends up getting mixed up, involved in some situations here with some of the characters there in this town, kind of gets mixed up with the law. And at the same time, once he got to town, there was a lot of the townspeople who had started mysteriously dying. So obviously the police, the authorities in town were looking towards him. Well, here in issue number 4, we get a little bit more into this story because so far it seemed like a really weird tale of everything kind of going on here that you're kind of sitting here like, oh, I'm not really for sure what's going on here. I think this guy's probably either had a little too much drink or a little bit too much drugs. But what we get here in issue number 4 is we get a flashback of sequences and things kind of jumping back and forth through time of the events that have basically led to all the events that we have read in this book. We flash back 63 years to this town that is called Northern what is it called? Northern whereabouts? Yeah, anyway, you'll see in the story, but it's short for Nowhere. And we see, you know, kind of going back 63 years, 62 years, kind of year by year, and we see that the townspeople are slowly changing as they are mutating after there had been a nuclear bomb set off there. It was kind of a test site, if you will, to see what would happen if they set off, what would happen to all these people with this nuclear radiation poisoning and things like that. So the people started to mutate and things like that, and you can kind of see that through the progression of time. We also get some little flashbacks of time going back to a week ago through the events of Danny's life to what has led to this point as he ended up meeting this scientist who was kind of telling him all of these different secrets about this city of Nowhere. And then, you know, he kind of ended up, you know, on this going out with him, and he got all hammered, drunk, and he ended up being left in this town, not for dead, but just left there by this scientist. And that's kind of what we get in this book. I've got to say, guys, I've really enjoyed The King of Nowhere. This book has been it's been a head trip. I like the art in this book. The art very much helps tell the story of what's going on. And here in issue number 4, I mean, it continues that in a very good way. Is this like a high drama book or anything like that? No, it's kind of like a murder mystery book, along with some just different kind of elements out there with the radiation poisoning and all that kinds of stuff. Just like really crazy book. Something like I kind of expect out of a W. Maxwell Prince, who does also write The Ice Cream Man over on Image Comics as well. A great series. W. Maxwell Prince continues his just writing prowess, to show his writing prowess in this series. I like it. It's a very good one. It kind of reminds me of, like, I don't know, maybe kind of like a I don't know, maybe like the Big Lebowski meets Fargo kind of feel to it. Yeah, kind of got that Coen Brothers feel to it. Very, very trippy stuff. Like I said, the art's pretty good here. You know, the lettering and all that stuff. It's pretty standard stuff here. I really like what Boom Studios is doing with the series. W. Maxwell Prince, the art in this book, really like it. I can't wait to read the very last issue. I believe this is only going to be a 5-issue miniseries. Can't wait to get into the very last issue. But I want to know from you if you have been reading The King of Nowhere and what your thoughts on it. Let me know all of those things down in the comments below. That's all I have for this video today, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Second Street Marvel. If you're not already, please make sure you're subscribed, click the little bell and all of that good stuff. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, give it a thumbs down if you don't. It's all good, it doesn't hurt my feelings. But while you're at it, make sure that you share it with a friend and invite them to come hang out with us here on the Second Street Marvel. You all have a very good day. Have a great rest of your week. Go out and read some great indie comic books, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.